What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope everybody who's watching this is having a wonderful day today. So I know pretty much every video on this channel so far has been a catastrophic story from my interesting life. You know, heartbreak, action, suspense, drama, all that stuff, right? But today I want to try something a little bit different. Aside from stories, I kind of want to just start talking about stuff that's on my mind because your boy be thinking all the time. So much so that I barely sleep at night because I'm up thinking about pointless garbage. It's probably why I was an awful student, okay? Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, if it weren't for me having some sort of ADHD or whatever you want to call it, I wouldn't be able to make these kinds of videos, so I kind of see it as a win. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something a little bit controversial. Okay, something I'm probably going to get mixed opinions on in the comment section, but I don't even really care about that. So just hear me out, okay? Today, I'm going to be talking about why being a short king, why being below the average height, why being a genetic failure is actually a great thing. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it could be much worse, okay? Instead of being short, you could come out of the womb looking like Quasimodo or even freaking Sid the Sloth, which now that I think about it, the two of them are both short, so that wasn't a good example. Let's just move on. But in today's video, not only am I going to be talking about why it's great to be a short king, I'm going to be talking about why it's actually the best thing ever and why a lot of people often, overlook it, literally because we're all the way down here. I'm also going to touch on the fact that if you're tall, you're probably an awful person. In fact, I'm going to make it clear in this video that you're actually inferior in comparison to us fun-sized individuals, okay? Okay, once again, I'm kidding. But the purpose of today's video is to let all of my fellow Lego men out there know that you're beautiful just the way you are. And that it's actually an amazing thing to be short. And that you're not any less of a person just because you can't find pants that fit you correctly. So for all my friends watching this video who are under 5'9", which is the average height in the United States, this video is for you. This one is for all the short kings like myself who have been neglected by society. The ones who have been tossed aside due to their short stature. The ones whose lives have been ruined by society's standards. Once again, kidding, okay? It's not that bad. I'm going to talk about why it's actually a beautiful thing to be short. So without further ado, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's begin Sonny's guide to being a short king. So for a little bit of background, I've been short pretty much my entire life, and it's nothing too crazy. I'm about 5'6", 5'7" maybe on a good day, and in comparison to pretty much my entire group of friends, as well as people I grew up around, I've always been the shortest one. Now, I know in the intro I said that being short is the best thing ever. However, it is not perfect, okay? There are some downsides. There are some setbacks. Like I said before, not being able to find the right fitting pants. It's at the point now where I just buy longer fitting pants, but I'll take them to get altered, except that means spending more money, so not super convenient. Or how about not being able to reach certain things without a step stool or having somebody help you, and then if a taller person does help you, it becomes kind of embarrassing. Also not very convenient. Or how about the fact that no one takes you seriously because they know that if given the chance, they can throw you into the sun with little to no effort. Now, of course, these are all troublesome. Okay, that's just how life is. These are the cards we've been dealt, and we have to make do with what we have. But trust me when I tell you that there are actually a lot of upsides to being built like Mike Wazowski. Number one, looking younger. So when you're short, people naturally assume that you're younger than you are. And I actually used to be very self-conscious about this when I was a kid. When I was in 5th grade, I played tackle football. And at the beginning of each season, you get your equipment issued to you. So they'd have everybody show up at like a Dick's Sporting Goods or a Big 5. So you could get your helmet and your pads, all that stuff. And when you show up, you have to tell whoever's in charge that you're there to pick up your equipment for whatever team you're on. And when I got there, the lady in charge asked me if I was a part of the 7Y division, which meant she thought I was 7 years old. But I was 11. And it continued as I got older. For example, at my old job, the one I got fired from, I was a supervisor. And this lady I was in charge of said that her son came into the store and saw us working together. And I guess made fun of her because she was getting bossed around by a 12-year-old. He was referring to me. And of course, I was offended by this at first. But then I thought about it more. And I realized that it's actually really nice to stay looking youthful. I've met people who are only 20, 21 years old. And they're literally aging like milk. However, your boy is 21 and still looks like he's 15. So I see it as a win. And sure, buying alcohol is frustrating at times because I always need to have my ID on me. But once again, it's just a reminder that I still look youthful. And that's actually something a lot of people would kill for. Number two, putting on muscle. So aside from looking younger, if you're a short guy or short girl even, it's very easy for us to put on muscle. I did wrestling and Olympic lifting in high school, and compared to some of the other guys I did it with who were tall and skinny, I was a little Lego stud, dude. I was ripped, and all I did was simply look at a weight and the muscles just appeared on my body. Once again, I'm just messing around, but it seriously is really, really easy for us to put on muscle. I have tall and lanky friends who need to meal prep and go to the gym consistently and all that jazz, right? But for me, I just do a couple of push-ups and eat whatever my mom makes, and all of a sudden I'm shaped like that one guy from Mulan, who by the way ended up pulling one of the princesses in the second movie, the baddest one to be exact, okay? So it wasn't a problem for him, which brings me to my third point. Number 3, dating. Now, I know what you guys are probably gonna say about my last statement.
But Sonny, he's a fictional character. That doesn't happen in real life. Women only like tall men. There's no hope for people like you and me, Sonny. We're cooked.
And trust me, I know, okay, as far as dating goes, it is a lot harder for shorter guys to find partners. Okay, there's no denying that. However, what people forget is that women are not monolithic, okay? Right? Not all women like super tall men. A lot of them do, but not all of them. And I think it's very important to remember that. Believe it or not, my last relationship was with somebody who was taller than me, and her ex was like 6'2". I've learned that all you need is a little confidence, and you'll go a long way with that. There's actually a study from NYU that states that shorter men are actually much happier in their marriages and are actually 32% less likely to divorce. I personally think a lot of that is attributed to the fact that when it comes to dating as a short guy, we're often left to make up for our height with personality and charisma. And we're also limited in our options as far as dating goes compared to our taller counterparts. So I think a lot of us cherish our relationships more. That's how it is for me, at least. And before anyone leaves a comment talking about their short partner who cheated on them, I know, there are definitely some short men out there who cheat. I'm not speaking on behalf of them. Just know that we're not all like that. Fun fact, I've actually been told by countless people that I have quote unquote tall energy because of the way I carry myself. Like I said, man, it's all about confidence and owning the fact that you're smaller, okay? Because people will see right through that. Fun fact, there are actually a lot of tall women who like short men. Well, okay, sometimes, but there are some that do, okay? I'm speaking from experience. You see, tall women are kind of like the yin to our yang. Most women prefer a taller man, and most men prefer a shorter woman. So if you combine a short man with a tall woman, it's like the perfect balance. At least that's what I believe. Now, like I said before, I was actually in a relationship with a girl who was taller than me, as well as like a situationship / talking stage with someone who was also taller than me. And I mean, both didn't work out, and I will make future videos about both of those people. But what matters is the fact that I was shorter than both of them, and I was still able to make stuff happen, okay? Fun fact about Sonny, I actually love tall women. In fact, if there are any tall women watching this video, hit me up, okay? I don't care if I need a grappling hook or rock climbing gear to give you a little smooch or a kiss on the forehead, or if I need to hop in a Lego helicopter to have a conversation with you. You guys are amazing. And I don't discriminate, okay? Tall queens need love just as much as short kings do. In fact, call me Aaron Yeager because I'm about to attack some titans, if you get what I mean. I don't know, man. When it comes to meeting women, I could go for someone who's a little shorter than me or whatever. And I mean, I don't have an issue with that. I don't discriminate. But I want to feel like I've accomplished something. I want to feel like I've conquered a beast, okay? Donkey, Roger Rabbit, and Greg from Steven Universe are some of my personal heroes. On a serious note though, if you try and you still cannot find someone who's into your Diddy Kong looking body, I think it's better to just stay single. If people are going to turn you down simply because of your height, they were never worth your time anyways. Always remember that. Also, any tall queens, feel free to hit me up. My next point applies to dating as well, but it can also apply to everyday life. Number 4, personality. So like I said before, as a short guy, we're kind of left to overcompensate for our height with personality, when it comes to dating and stuff like that. And that's just how it goes. But what you gain from creating a good personality helps you in non-romantic settings as well. For example, it's no secret, if you're short, you've probably been made fun of for it one way or another, okay? That's just how it goes. And for all my short guys watching this video, trust me, okay, I get it. I've been there. It's never fun when people point out your insecurities and shortcomings, pun intended. However, if you show them that their jokes bother you, you've lost. Okay, they know that this is something that they can make fun of you for and it'll bother you every time, but only if you project that it bothers you in the first place. Bullies can smell when you're unconfident or unsure of yourself, but I'm going to tell you how to deal with this. So bend down, pick up your small little crown, and show the world that you're a confident little guy, even if you can't stand up in the shallow end of the pool without having your head fully submerged. Kidding, but really think about what I'm saying here. I've met a lot of tall guys who have the looks and, all that jazz, but they're super awkward and they don't really have anything going for them besides their height. However, I've met a lot of short guys who have plenty of luck when it comes to dating and friendships because of a good personality. Short guys are actually some of the funniest and most enjoyable people to be around. And yes, I'm saying that because I'm biased, but I 100% believe it's true, okay? I mean, most of the time, if I meet someone who is genuinely funny, they're typically short. Except for Kevin Hart, I don't find him funny in the slightest. I like Bobby Lee and Cat Williams, though. I personally live by this statement, what doesn't kill you makes you funny. Because it's so true, man. When you go your whole life being pushed around and being made fun of for being short, or even anything else, okay, you can either mope and complain about it, or you can use it to your advantage, because instead of letting people laugh at you, you learn to come up with jokes that they laugh with you. Now, I know it's easier said than done, okay? But like I said before, they can sense when you're bothered by what they say. So you have to embrace this thing that you've been given and turn on the charm. Make all the people laugh. Become the little comedian I know you can be. Even turn the joke around on them. If a tall person makes fun of you, you can say something like, yeah, I may be small, but at least I don't have a higher chance of heart failure. Okay, I should just end the video now. Nah, but I'm serious. The more things you deal with, the more interesting of a person you become. And the more insults or jokes people throw at you, it gives you an opportunity to come back at them with something 10 times better. Because let's be honest, short jokes are such low-hanging fruit. Pun intended. Like, most short jokes are just so uncreative, I can't stand it. Like when tall people do that thing where they're standing right in front of you and they look straight ahead and they're like, oh, where did Sonny go? I can't find him. And then they look down at you and they're like, there you are. And then they like pat you on the head or like maybe even kiss you on the forehead. And sometimes it can be kind of insulting. It's like, why do you have to remind me that I'm the same height as Tom Cruise? But I typically just make it really uncomfortable and I turn it around on them. I'll say something like, I've been waiting for so long for you to find me, baby. And I'll give them a big old smooch. And then after that, they typically leave me alone. But all jokes aside, I truly do think that you become overall more likable and even funny by persevering through adversity. So aside from that, this leads me to my fifth and final point of this video. Short people actually live longer. And yes, like I said before, if you're taller, you actually have a higher risk of developing heart disease. Obviously, that doesn't go for everybody, but it is still a thing. But yes, studies have shown that we're actually less susceptible to things like cancer and other deadly diseases due to the fact that we have less cells in our bodies. And according to Google, studies have linked shorter stature to a protective gene associated with longevity called FOXO3, potentially contributing to a longer lifespan. Now, I'm not a paleontologist or anything like that, but that sounds pretty promising. Once again, I'm also biased because I am short, but let's just assume that it's the truth. Now, I know there's probably a lot of tall people watching this video who are probably going to start commenting things like, oh, you're coping, and oh, copium, and oh, cope level 1000, you're short, you deserve to die, and you're a waste of human specimen. Now, those things may all be true, okay? We may be genetic failures, right? Being short has its downsides. However, this video was not made for you. So why did you even click on it in the first place? So in conclusion, if you're a short king, if you're a little guy, don't let it discourage you from finding love and joy in this life. People who tear you down for something as trivial as your height are not people you should even associate with in the first place. So know your worth as a person, okay? And walk around with your head held high, okay? I will be rooting for all of you. In fact, I think I'm going to start my own society. I'm going to call it the League of Extraordinary Short Men, okay? We're going to have our own flag and everything. Perhaps even little uniforms, maybe even a fight song. And for all the tall people watching this video who are laughing and clowning on all of us short kings of our short little kingdoms, keep one eye open when you go to bed tonight because my short army and I just might come in through your window and steal your kneecaps. Honestly, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed Sonny's guide to being a short king. I will see you guys in the next one. Once again, I am going to be doing a series where I tell your guys' stories. So if you have a juicy, groundbreaking story that you want me to tell, I will tell it for you. If you want, you can DM it to me on Instagram at storieswithsonny, or you can send it to my email, storieswithsonny@gmail.com, whichever one you want. Just make sure the subject matter is like PG. I don't want to get flagged. I am trying to eventually monetize this channel. So just make sure what you're telling me is not too over the top. But if it is, I'm sure I can change the wording a little bit and we can work something out. Aside from that, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have not already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications as well. I do post every single Friday. Let's shoot for 30 likes on this video, guys. If you like the video, I will be buying you your very own house, okay? Everybody who likes this video will be receiving their very own beachfront property. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. I will be buying everybody who likes this video their very own house. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one.